load equalizers. They're 6 ohm, 12 volt, and I'm going to put them in on the 12 and 2 ports harness for the headlights to get rid of the blinker problem. If you're attempting this, I would assume you know where the battery tray is, but the battery tray just twists that knob there and slides out. This has 2 clips. I think you just squeeze, pull it out, squeeze there, and well, that one's broken, but I'm just going to untape this here and then just reseal it up after. For the driver's side, what I'm going to do is you remove this screw here, and then I'm going to pull out the intake. Now I have room to access a drill right here, and I'm going to drill just far enough down to plant it about right there. For the secondary one, I'm going to remove this, which looks like a 10mm, and that one straight down in there, which looks like 10mm, which will allow this plate to come out. And then I'm going to drill down right here 2 holes to mount that one. Also, I have these cheap nuts and bolts that match, so I actually had to drill out this hole a little bit so it can fit. This was 9/64. I drilled it out to 5/32 to fit this bolt. That's about the biggest you can get without compromising. Just used a marker and drilled it about right there. These bolts aren't fitting, so I'm just going to grind down one side with the wheel. It's a crappy way to do it, but it will work. Now I'm just using the nuts and bolts and little tiny locking washers. So I recommend buying the right stuff beforehand. I thought they might come with. Everything's pretty solid, so that's one down. I'm actually going to take off so I can see the pins. Even though I wrote the pins out when I did the headlights, I'm just going to verify and make it easier on me, I think. So it's just 2 little... Wow. No wonder the other one's gone. It's just so brittle it just snapped right off. Anyways, it's just 2 little clips like that. I'm going to tape that back on. And if you look closely, you can see there's a 12 there, 6, 1, and probably 5 right there. So I'm going to take the 12th pin, which is on the driver's side, it's blue with green line, and then the 2nd pin, which is a ground. I used the 4th pin, but it shouldn't matter because I've used the 4th pin for everything. So I'm going to try switching it up. But you could either way use 4 or 2 if one's easier access for you. And then just make sure you have enough play here to crimp these, but also plug it back into the headlight. I'm using more of the blue tap splices that I used earlier. I'm actually going to cut the little tiny wire leads off here. Don't need them with the tap splices. You need them if you're soldering, but my splicers did not work. I took it out and found that the wire here didn't actually cut into it. That's why it wasn't working, the resistor. So I'm going to try their splicers. So their splicers, you can actually enclose it, and then you clip the 3rd part down. So moral of the story is, test the damn wire before you... Alright, I'm actually going to just test this. The signal is working normally now. Final product, I just went and taped along excess stuff and then made sure, I actually double netted these in the back, I'll show it after, and I put Loctite. A little ugly, but it'll work. Right there. I also zip tied it on the end just in case they come loose, because I've over tightened these cheap nuts and bolts before and they've snapped, so. But it's nice and solid and better than it was, and now it's working, so it's all good. So there's a 10mm down there. So there's that. And then there's this one here. And that is loose. There's a 3rd screw straight down here. So there's one on this side and there's one on this side. If you make this one your last one, you could probably pick it up by pulling it up. These tubes can come off to get to it. Alright, so that's all I need access to is this plate right here. That's it. I decided to mount it flush like this because it still won't touch. Good enough. And then you saw me wire on the other side, so I'm not going to repeat that in the video. But this is just a little bit of a different setup than before. So that's that. And before I tighten this in, I'm going to wire it in just in case it helps me to access. So that's that.